Are we seeing yet another company step in it big time? This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. We're talking about Harley Davidson. And of all weeks for them to do this during the Sturgis Biker Rally. Are you kidding me? Of course. Just about, it's not even a week ago, was it? When the CEO of Harley Davidson came out with what they support. The word got out. Oh, those secrets. Things that they're keeping undercover. Yes, indeed, we're talking about supporting, the rainbow and all the things that go along with it. We're talking woke. Yes, indeed, Harley Davidson has gone that direction full throttle. And now apparently those that are attending Sturgis are not exactly happy, my friends. You can see it here. This is the booth for Harley Davidson at Sturgis, completely and utterly empty, unlike last year. Last year, of course, these are all people working at the booth. Okay, this is a massive booth. This is just like zoomed in. Actually, if you zoom out, you got one. I guess you do have one person. I'm sorry. There's one person there. Last year, the entire place was full. This year, you got two people. Apparently, this is, as you can see here. There's no one else in the booth. This is ridiculously bad for Harley Davidson to have an entire booth empty, two people there. Apparently a couple, it looks like, I guess. Last year, it was completely full of people. And this is in the middle of the day. Middle of the day, no one there, 10 employees standing around, no one to talk to. That's what's going on. It's very obvious the word has gotten out to those that attend Sturgis that Harley Davidson's gone just a little off the deep end, a little woke. We're talking about the CEO, of course. And now apparently a lot of people are talking about it on social media and also at Sturgis, talking amongst themselves. And some of them are just getting rid of their Harleys. Some of them, honestly, it's a hard thing, right? My dad, he went to Sturgis on a regular basis. I think my brother went a couple times. Unfortunately, my brother died in a motorcycle accident on a Harley, actually. So it's just really crazy seeing this happen to this company. My dad has a 1987 Softail. It still looks very excellent condition. It's just he showed it to me, I think weekend before last. And I couldn't believe the condition it was in. I was like, this thing still looks almost new looking. I was like, what in the world? Of course, he took great care of the bike. But the fact is, you can see a lot of people are actually turning now on Harley as a result of this. These are not cheap. These bikes are not cheap. They're obviously high quality motorcycles. Some are turning to Indian. You know what I mean? This is what's going on. A lot of people are really upset about this. And I think this is going to cause a lot of trouble for Harley Davidson. It's going through some things at Sturgis. Talk to Harley Davidson bikers there. They're not happy. It's branding suicide. Harley Davidson faces accusations from Sturgis bikers. It breaks my heart. And this, honestly, it's not a good look. You have people trying to sell even their bikes. This guy's talking about here, his bike was worth, this is the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong one. Let me click the right one. Here it is. Okay, so he was trying to sell it for, he said it used to be valued at $30,000. Now it's only worth $4,000. Unless he racked up a ton of miles, I'm guessing he's making an equivalent, relation there, and then it has to do with just the fact the branding's lost a lot of value, and it's not because he just racked up a bunch of miles. Once you get over 10K on one of these Harleys, usually it's hard to trade in or get a good price for it. Unfortunately, that's kind of how it is with the motorcycles. But it's just crazy looking at this. There's a lot of people commenting underneath. It's a damn shame. I've owned 5 of them at various times in my life. I was thinking seriously about buying another one just last week. I think I'll buy a fishing boat instead. Some people are talking about, boycotting the company. There's not a lot of options. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys are looking for American-made bikes, and there isn't a huge selection anymore. You know what I mean? So, but it is interesting. We do have some good news, though. I know this sounds bad. We do actually have some good news. We have some real-time reaction from Harley And they're talking about maybe reverting on all this. Okay, I'll get into that in a little bit here. First of all, I got to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. You never know what's going to happen next, my friends. You've seen how this world's been over the last 5 years. It's like you've been in the twilight zone, right? You've seen all the things going on in the UK as well. They have almost a civil WAR going on right now. A lot of people are not even aware of it. I mean, it's pretty crazy when you look at some of these videos from over in the UK. You got reporters pretending like this ain't happening. You have mobs going around in cities. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This is just some person trying to drive down the road. You got these mobs, okay? These are not people from, of course, this country. They came in, what you call legally, and they're essentially running amok in the country now. And some are saying this could happen here. We're seeing things happening in New York City as well. You never know what's going to happen next, my friends. You're going to definitely want to be prepared. This is if you couldn't get to the supermarket because, I mean, honestly, some of those people can't go out of their house now. They're boarding their windows up. I covered that in the last video. You're going to definitely want to get this. 3 months worth of food, $4.97. That's about the price of 1 month worth of food at Walmart at this point because of inflation. 3 months worth of food, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. This book here, The Lost Ways, how your great-great-grandfather lived without electricity, how to build a cellar, do things around the house like they did in the old days. Hundreds of pages and illustrated. You never know if we will have eventually a situation where you don't have power for an extended period of time. Definitely get that book, $37. Get the printed version. Link is in the description. Of course, also my website, GR Videos, and all the other links below, gold and silver, all linked below. Let's get back to the video. So, of course, Harley Davidson has come out and they're putting out, and actually I'm going to get into this one next. They're putting out an internal email, Harley Davidson is, saying that they're going to begin evaluating their policies, strategies, and activities to ensure and this is all business speak, but they're basically talking about how they may cancel their woke stuff. That's basically what it's saying. It says here, Harley says they've begun an evaluation of policy, strategies, and activities to ensure they're relevant to their business. Now, this might be them like kind of trying to throw a bone out to, the bikers, but we need to see real action from them. Okay? So this is an internal email because they've seen what's going on at Sturgis. They know people are not happy. Honestly, I don't know how these companies do such a terrible job. It's just like Budweiser. It's like, what are you doing? Right? Seriously, like the timing is the worst ever. Why would you, are you even thinking about what you're doing as a company? You come out with this stuff a week before Sturgis? Are you serious? This is what they did, right? We wanted to take the opportunity to communicate with you regarding the recent online media that you may have been seeing relating to Harley Davidson's corporate policy. So they're basically responding. This is so ridiculous how they word this. This is just total white collar business speak. Harley Davidson has been a proud American institution for 120 years. United we ride. Defines how we run our business. Of course, blah, 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 blah. As a responsible company, we are committed to evaluating policy, strategies, and activities. It's like they're saying something, but they're not. I think they're trying to say we're looking into it. We're getting a little concerned. We need them to just come out and say, look, we're not going to do this anymore. Just speak real English. I don't know why they do that. It's just ridiculous how they're writing that. But they put that out. Now, what's interesting is, if you look into we know about the woke CEO. He's not even from America. He's from Germany. He's from Germany. He supports surgeries for those that are, of course, younger. We're talking rainbow here, my friends. I think you know what I'm talking about. Lopping certain, of course, things off. I think you know what I'm talking about. All right. So, of course, he's from Germany. He supports all this stuff. They do programs to help out with this stuff. And now, apparently, we have one of the board of the directors as well. This is coming from Starbucks as well. He put out that he was going to look into the board of directors at Harley Davidson. And he mentioned one of the people on the board, Alan here, Golson. He's on the Harley's board. He's also president of the U.S. program for Billy Boy, the computer guy. Oh, wow. That foundation. What a great foundation. I'm being completely sarcastic there, my friends. You know what they support. They don't support anything good. That certain forum we've all heard about. that economic one. Yeah, so he's all on board with that. Apparently one of the board of directors here, this guy right here, this man. Yeah. So, he's definitely all on board with the rainbow and making sure that Harley goes that direction. But of course, they're already feeling the heat. This is so ridiculous. How do you take a company? Like, what is going on with these companies? This is complete insanity, what they're doing. And there's no way they can survive when you're literally going against your customer base. And we've seen numerous companies doing this recently. Like, you're selling it to this demographic right here. Why are you literally going against your own entire customer base? Are you crazy? This is what they're doing now. They want to make sure you change, my friends. Change to what they want. You got to do what they want, of course. And of course, this is causing trouble across the board with companies, on top of the fact we have inflation everywhere. We had a stock market crash in Japan. What was that, like 3 days ago? A stock market crash. And it affected our stock market as well. And some are saying we're going to have a stock market crash here next. And there's one guy predicting it'll be in the winter. We have a number of experts even saying this could happen at any moment. And if we have a stock market crash, it's over, man. You're going to have like 4 years of basically like the Great Depression here in America. This is what's going on. And these companies are making it worse. Harley Davidson's making it worse. All they have to do is sell a bike and adhere to what they were, not change. You know what I mean? So this is what we're seeing all around us. We're seeing, of course, these companies losing money left and right. 1.93 trillion wiped out in the U.S. stock market like a few days ago. And actually, it was like almost 10 trillion in the world was wiped out. It's a huge amount of money. And of course, a lot of it is because everybody's broke. They're so scared when they're in the stock market because they're all just like, it's kind of like they're gambling. At this point, they're basically gambling, hoping they'll somehow make some money. And of course, when things go sideways, they're like scared, running for the hills. This is why Japan had a stock market crash. That's what happened, basically. And of course, there's a lot more to it, but I mean, you get the idea. That's basically what it is when you sum it all up. And of course, Warren Buffett, some of these billionaires knew all about this beforehand. You can see here he sold a huge amount of stakes right before the stock market crash. And he's been selling like crazy because he's obviously a smart investor. That's how he got to where he is. He knows it's coming. He's selling everything off. He knows it's here. It's happening. At any rate, so you get the idea with all that stuff. Of course, you have other things going on like this as well. I mean, you have and actually we're going to get into what's going on in the UK because that's actually huge. We'll get into that in a second because there's massive, we're talking huge groups of people going around in cities all over in UK right now. And I gotta show you this. Okay, I'll show you this in a second here. Let me find some of this here. This is pretty crazy what's going on in the UK. Okay, so of course their demographics have changed a little bit. You can see here 1971, 93.9%. Original British, as you can see there. Now the country is 74%. We're talking, what was that, a 20% increase in those not born. They just come in, of course, to the country. And some of them not legally, obviously. And these are the people roaming around right now in massive, and actually I can show you some of that. This is some crazy, check this out. Look at this picture here. This is like everywhere there. You can see more pictures here of them. They're like literally going around in huge mobs and deciding who to go, of course, after. And they got we're talking rods, they're carrying, of course, things around, like this. And they just make them up. They find things and make stuff out of it. You know what I mean? Like this is what it looks like. It looks like these, it reminded me of that Gangs of New York movie. Remember that? It reminded me of that. I was like, dang, dude, what's going on here? It's just like that movie, but it's over there in the UK right now. Okay. And actually, considering that movie, that had Leonardo DiCaprio on it, right? That could be very well what happens in New York in the next few years because they're bringing him in there too as well. Just all manner of stuff like this going on. And they're going after British, of course, citizens. And there's tons of videos showing this. Here this guy's driving by. You can see these huge groups just walking around. And this is obviously in the cities more so, where you see all this. And here we go. And they're just start chasing, of course, after some of these British people. And they're not even supposed to be there. You see what I mean? This is happening in New York City as well, by the way. The mayor even tried to stop them from bringing more in. And the judge, one of the courts in New York City, struck down his declaration or whatever to not allow more to come in. And now there's 13,000 more coming into New York City right now on buses. Buses, okay? They come across, of course, in the south, and then they go on buses up to New York City. This is literally what's going on right now. A lot of people don't even know about it. So there's all that going on. In the UK, you also have what's going on in the Middle East. Pretty much a WAR starting over there. We're talking Iran. We're talking Israel. That's going on as well. And, of course, all these things happening at the same time. We have like stock market crashes. We got companies imploding like Harley Davidson. We got civil WARs. We got, practically the whole world is on fire right now, my friends. That's what we're seeing all across the world. And it doesn't look good. And I'm really kind of wondering if Harley Davidson's really going to pull back on all this, because there is no way they're going to survive this. There's no way. This is like the worst marketing campaign you could ever imagine. Okay? Putting out this stuff right before Sturgis. Like, what are you doing, man? This is completely ridiculous what they're doing. It's like our world has lost their marbles. Our world has lost their marbles at this point. So why would a company do this unless someone above them is telling them to do this, right? Makes total sense when you look at it that way. But at the same time, again, it still makes no sense, right? I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of wondering what some of you guys think about all this. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.